Hey guys, it's Nick. Welcome to another episode of T-365. In today's episode, I'm going to be covering all the updates from Microsoft in May of 2022. If you followed along with the update videos in the past, you know I focus in on what's relevant to the MSP space, blocking out all the noise from the 100 or so announcements that come from Microsoft each month. Getting into it here, starting off with Microsoft Teams, these first two are pretty straightforward. First one's related to suggested replies in the Teams desktop app. If you're familiar with the Outlook experience, it's very similar, where the user is getting a set of 3 responses to choose from. This can be an annoyance for certain users or certain organizations, so you can turn it off on a tenant-wide level within the Teams Admin Center, or you can have the users turn that off within the settings portion of their individual Teams application. This is available today in the commercial sector, and it'll be coming out around the June timeframe for GCC high markets as well, if you have customers in that area. The other one is related to Exchange contacts available for the call pickers and Teams. So this is just an integration between Exchange contacts where you can select those users to dial out or transfer calls to if you're leveraging that as your phone line within the organization. So this will happen in early May, be complete by mid-June. Last two here for Microsoft Teams. First one, again, it's pretty straightforward, frictionless app reinstall for users. Previously, if you had an app installed for a certain channel, for instance, you have to reinstall it for every single channel that you wanted to add it to. This is now streamlining that solution just to have you install that app once, and then you can mention that to already have that installed across all of your channels. So it's just a convenience measure, might be helpful to end users who are complaining about this. This will happen in mid-June and be complete by late June. Last one here is related to audio conferencing for the policies and toll-free dial-in phone numbers you have for meeting invites. This is a nice-to-have feature, I would say, where they're adding the ability to have multiple phone numbers associated to a user so they can have that for the meeting invites. This is particularly applicable when you talk about other geographies outside of your particular region. So this could be intra-organizational, meaning that you have an organization that services 2 different markets and they're all collaborating together, or you may have an organization that serves a different market, one in the US, one in the UK, for instance. So just giving them the ability to have multiple phone numbers and being able to control that within the Teams Admin Center. This is GA today if you want to go check that out. Shifting into Microsoft Exchange here, this is related to custom organizational branding for quarantine notification. This allows you to customize the sender address and the custom subject. So this is just helpful when you talk about end users recognizing that this is truly a quarantine message from the appropriate sources. This is where you bundle in all of your training around as well too. So just anything that can help out from the retention standpoint and also adherence as well when we talk about users and the quarantine notifications that they get. The timelines on this one will be late July and be complete by early August. Next two here with Microsoft Exchange, Bookings with Me and Outlook. If you're familiar with bookings in general, it's really related to groups and caters around groups in a lot of ways. Bookings with Me is catered to the individual and it's a lot like a Calendly solution if you're familiar with that. So hopefully avoiding some back and forth on scheduling, allowing you to share a link where a user could pick a time and have that process streamlined versus going back and forth with email. Timelines on that one mid-June and be complete by late June as well. Just note that this is only in the web experience, it won't be in the client experience of Outlook. The other one here you have is the additional RSVP options to let attendees know if they have the ability to attend the meeting virtually or in person. This is highly relevant now with a lot of companies going into a hybrid workforce. So that's just another nice to have that's coming out mid to late June. This is what that looks like as far as the screenshot goes, and you can see it's just yes, yes in person, yes virtually. Last announcement here is related to the Defender for Business offering. Last month I announced or showcased the announcement that they had about the standalone offering that's $3 per user per month. Now with NCE, they're allowing you to have an upgrade path or a midterm upgrade as well too, just because of those unique cancellation constraints and contract terms associated with newcomers. Now you want to have the ability, if you're going to shift somebody into Business Premium that already has Business Defender or Microsoft Defender for Business included, to not have to pay for duplicate licensing. So in that use case, you'd be shifting from some base level licensing where you're bundling in Microsoft Defender for Business and you're upgrading them into premium. You can now do that as a standalone upgrade at renewal, or you can do that as the midterm upgrade as well too, if you just want to shift during that time period. And that will be that prorated conversion as far as the cost and what you're committed to for the remainder of that original contract term. So that's everything that I wanted to cover in today's video. If you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. Otherwise, like or subscribe if you guys want to see more content around Microsoft and the MSP space. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.